the species survival plan had recommended Batari, a female Malayan tiger that was at the San Diego Zoo, to come to Knoxville and to be paired with one of our males. And the way that normally happens is we will fly out commercially like regular people, go to the zoo, load the tiger up, and we would normally fly her back on a FedEx plane. But because of some COVID restrictions, some staffing problems, some scheduling conflicts through no fault of their own, they weren't able to honor that flight. And we had already planned everything on both ends. We had permitting done, we had quarantine ready, we had travel plans on the other end worked out, everything was worked out. So what did we do? We flew out and we drove her back. So we rented a truck, and an enclosed truck while we were out in San Diego, and drove ended up being about 40 miles, so ended up being about 40 hours to get her all the way back. And obviously with a tiger, we can't stop and rest. I mean, we had to drive straight through. So Kelly Cox, who's the Assistant Director of Animal Care and thankfully our safety officer, went along. We both went along, and we shared the driving all the way and did really, really well. We are both road trippers with our family. It's nothing for us to knock out 16, 17-hour days. We did great together. Everything went well. I mean, went as well as it possibly could have done. Batari was calm most of the time. We would stop periodically and feed and water her and check on her and make sure she was comfortable. We would stop for an hour and let her rest and get away from the road vibration and all of that, and just kept on pushing through. So it was actually pretty fun. The landscape of the country, as much as we could see. There's a whole bunch of the cool part that was in the middle of the dark, and so we didn't get to see a lot of that. But I mean, just seeing the difference in terrains and the changes in elevation and the different people and the different vegetation. Kelly and I are both biologists, and we love plants and we love geology, and so I mean, just getting to see all the cool stuff along the way was really, really fun. So there were a couple moments of just craziness. I was just Jack Kerouac craziness. and I think it was the sleep deprivation as much as and you know, the responsibility of having this Malayan tiger with us and making sure it was safe and comfortable and all of that. I think most of the time Kelly and I put her needs, I know for sure, way beyond the needs of us. We arrived really, really late in the night, and the carnivore team and the vet team and our operations department unloaded her the next morning, and without a hitch. I mean, this is a well-oiled machine here whenever we do this, and she's adjusted well. She was a little upset the first day or so. You know, it's a new environment. It's lots of new different smells and sounds and that sort of thing. So, but she's calmed down quite a bit, is eating well, is sleeping well, and seems no worse for the wear. Quarantine here in the clinic anywhere from 30 to 60 days. Just depending on what we find. We did a bunch of pre-ship testing on the other end to cover some of that on the other end. But yeah, she'll quarantine here, and then she'll immediately go down to Tiger Forest. So we maintain all of these populations under human care based on creating the best recommended genetic diversity of these populations, and as if they're wild populations. That's what our goal is. It's our job as an AZA accredited zoo to go along with those moves and do those moves. You know, there's only 350 of these things left in the world of Malayan tigers. So it's imperative that we move these animals around on best possible chances of reproducing that we can. It's a greater cause, greater good. I hope to never eat a Cheez-It again as long as I live. And I said numerous times, if they had any idea, look at that family over there, just driving along, listening to the radio, and here there's a critically endangered Malayan tiger cruising by them at 60 miles an hour.